Hey everybody, today we're going to be talking about high pitches and low pitches, and we're going to be exploring our voices.
Today is gonna be a little something more. I've got a plan in mind, a special thing in store. The light bulb inside my head says, get out and play. 'Cause you never feel this way. It's my lucky day. It's my lucky day. It's my lucky day. My lucky day. Don't need a pot of gold, a rabbit's foot, or to be told. It's my lucky day. It's my lucky day.
Hello friends, welcome to another Music Monday with Mr. Meskel. Today we're going to be talking about high pitches and low pitches, and then we're going to explore our voices. After we do that, you guys are going to go on to Seesaw, and you guys are going to draw some shapes onto Seesaw and use your voices to express those shapes. And then, if you're still interested, I have some extension activities that you can follow up after you're done with that. Today's learning targets are: I can identify low pitches and high pitches, and I can sing both high and low pitches with my voice. Today's success criterion is students will watch an instructional video about high pitches and low pitches while singing along with the video. When they are done, students will draw at least one shape on Seesaw and record themselves singing that shape. Today, we are talking about high pitches and low pitches. In music, we use musical notes to represent those pitches. Pitches can be super high, and they can be really low, and they can also be anywhere in between. I have this instrument right here. This instrument is called a clarinet. It's in the woodwind family. And we're going to be talking about that at some later point, what that means. But anyway, this is a clarinet. And one of the really cool things about the clarinet is how wide its range is, which means that it can play some low notes and it can play some high notes. It has quite a big space between those low notes and high notes. So it can play some really low notes. And it can play high notes. This instrument is called the baritone saxophone. It's a type of saxophone which is in the woodwind family. It's actually one of the larger saxophones. Not the biggest, but it's the biggest one that you normally see around. This is actually one of my favorite instruments. It's the one that I spent the most time with when I was in college. Anyway, this is a very big instrument. It can play big, beefy low notes. And this little instrument is called a recorder. It's also in the woodwind family, although it's not a saxophone. It's a totally different type of instrument, but it's also in the woodwind family. Um, it can play. It's small and it can play really high notes. So, do you notice how big the baritone saxophone was, and how little this was, and how the big saxophone made these big low notes, and this little tiny recorder made high pitches? There's a saying that goes with that: small is high and big is low. That is science, don't you know? So, you guys probably all recognize this instrument. This is a guitar. It has 6 strings, and each string is a different thickness. So the here, I'll show you up close a little. So you got the big thick string there, and the string that's so thin it's hard to see on my camera right there. So the big thick string has a big low sound, and the thin string has a higher sound. Now, check out, this is the string is this full length, and just like on the other instruments, how the bigger it is, the lower the pitch is, and the smaller it is, the higher the pitch is. I can take this string and I can press down and I can make the part that's playing shorter, and then the shorter I make it, the higher the pitch goes up. So Goes a little higher, little higher, little higher, even higher, getting higher. Yep. And I can do the exact same thing on the thin string. See, every time I do that, I shorten the string, it gets higher. So I got that short. I shortened it by pressing down, and it's a thin string versus the thick string. See all the difference there? You have these things that are called phrases. And don't worry if I'm saying this new musical term and you don't remember it, I just want to expose you to this new term. So we have these things called phrases, which are kind of like little musical sentences. So if the phrase is starting in the lower and it ends higher, it means it's going up. This is going up. You're getting higher. So that went up. Now I'm going to play the same thing. You can hear that it starts at a higher pitch and then it goes down. Hear that? That went down. So if we start at a lower pitch in a phrase and ends higher, that means the phrase is going up. And then if it starts higher and the phrase ends lower, that means the phrase is going down. So I'd like to talk about another instrument, and this is an instrument that you have. You might look around and be like, what is he talking about? But it's an instrument that you have on your body right now. And I'm not talking about like body percussion. I'm talking about your voice. The human voice is an instrument. It's what singers use to make music. And you might ask, who is a singer? You are a singer. Anybody is a singer. If you can talk, you can sing. Now, some people have higher voices and some people have lower voices. And there are people with voices in between. But regardless, if you have a higher pitch voice or a lower voice, we can sing. You can still sing high notes and you can still sing low notes. So let's sing with me. I'm going to make this really silly sound. And I want you to repeat it back to me. It's going to sound silly, and I'm going to do it, and you'll be like, what does this have to do with music? But trust me, this is about exploring our voices. I'm going to start low, and I'm going to go high. Listen. Do. Try that with me. Ready? I'll do it one more time, and then I'm going to listen, and you're going to repeat it back to me, okay? Do. Let's hear you. Okay, so I'm going to go high, and then I'm going to slide down to a low note. No. Kind of didn't land very firmly, but you can hear how I started high and I went downward. Now, I'm going to look at this shape here. I'm going to sing this shape. So I'm going to start down here, I'm going to go up, and I'm going to come back down, and I'm going to level out. I'll do it again. Now, let's try a new shape. Bam! Here we go. Same thing. So, you can go up high and low. Give that a shot. I want to hear how high you can sing. Now, we're not screeching, we're not screaming. I want to hear the highest note you can sing. Ready? Big full breath of air. Sit up tall, and sing. Do you think you can sing higher than me? I have a lower voice. Can I sing high? Can you sing higher than me? Can you sing as low as me? Okay, here are your instructions for today's activity. Step 1, finish watching this video. Step 2, click the green Add Response button under today's activity in Seesaw. Step 3, you're going to go to the fun seasonal picture I have in Seesaw. On the template, it has like a leaf with the leaves that are turning yellow, red, brown, just like our song from a few weeks ago, and then a pile of leaves. You're going to draw the leaf falling down to the pile, and you're going to draw some sort of a shape, any sort of a shape. Here's some examples, and then after you draw that shape, you're going to click the microphone button, and you're going to sing that shape on that page. If you want to, you can do multiple pages on there and do multiple shapes, but at least do one so that I know that you're exploring your voice. Step 4, click the green check button to submit your assignment. And wait, there's more. An optional step 5. If you'd like, I have some extension activities that are going to be on the second page of Seesaw. I have 2 links that you can click on and to explore some of those activities. Okay, friends, check it out. I'm going to show you what it looks like in Seesaw and how you're going to do today's activity. You're going to go into Seesaw. You're going to click on activities, and it will bring you to all of our activities that we have for music class. You're going to go to today's activity, which is exploring our voices and high-low pitches. And this is where you probably already went there because you got to today's video, but you're going to watch today's full video. And then after you're done with that, you're going to click Add Response. It's going to bring you to this fun template here. Again, I kind of went with an autumn theme, kind of like what you've been doing with a lot of our other stuff for the past few weeks. And you're going to draw a leaf as if it was falling from this tree down to this pile of leaves. So go ahead and, pick one of these markers or something. And you're going to draw, let's draw this. And then what you would do is you would click record and you would sing. Here's an example. Let's try another one. How about this? So it would be and then you would record that. To record it after you draw it, and by the way, you can go over here if you want to, and you can click and you can duplicate page. You can do as many of these as you want, and then you'd click record right here. It's going to say this, record your voice. Go! And then you would record or whatever, whatever you drew. If you drew something crazy like this, I don't know, something like that. You can be as silly as you want, but just go through and make sure it's something that you can do. And then when you're done, you're going to click done. Now, also, after you've done that, I've got some, if you want, I've got these extension activities right here. So you would click on this. I have a link. See this little link right here. And this brings you to Music Play Online. And I introduced it last week. So but you can click on that. And there's 2 games that really tie to what we did today. One is called Up Down, and the other one's called High Low. So you're going to click on that, and it's going to bring you to Music Play Online, where I've got a whole bunch of different games. And Up Down, number 9 right here is a fun one that's dealing with what we talked about today. High Low is also another one that we talked about today. You can get as crazy if you want. If you want to play as many of these games as you want to, go ahead. I know some people had a lot of fun with that last week. And then the other extension activity, again, this is not required. This is just like, hey, if you're done and you want to keep exploring more, we're talking about pitches, but part of understanding musical tones and pitches, understanding the science behind it. So this great channel called SciShow Kids. I watch a lot of SciShow. I really like it, and they make a SciShow Kids version, which is honestly, even though I'm a grown up, I think they're really good. So you're going to click that, and it's going to bring you to a video called "What Is Sound?" And that's a fun one. So again, those are extension activities, not required. But if you got some time, I think they'd be a lot of fun. Anyway, no matter what you do, what you record, or if you want to do some extension, whatever, when you're done, final step is to click the submit button. That's it. Okay, friends, just a reminder, you're going to draw a shape on that falling leaf template and record your voice doing that shape. You're going to do at least one of those. You can do as many as you like, but do at least one. And while it's not required, if you're done with that and you want to explore more about musical pitches or something, go ahead and check out those extension activities that I have listed on that next page. I look forward to hearing you sing. Don't be afraid of the sounds that are going to come out of your voice. It's going to be something, it could be something not expected, but that's all right. Like I said, the whole point of this is we're exploring our voices. You are all singers. Everybody can sing. So let's explore that instrument that we have, the voice. I've had a great time with you guys today, um, and I'm excited to hear all of you sing. And I look forward to next week when we can have another Music Monday with Mr. Meskel together. Until then, always remember to be kind, be compassionate, and do awesome things. All right, I'll see you guys next week.